Okay. Okay.
Kuberkar sir,
Is
I
it
think
fine
we
now?
can
Am I?
start the session.
Oh, okay. Okay, ma'am. Okay. Uh, Good morning, Lakshman Reddy sir. Good morning, students, and good morning, parents. I am Prashant Kuberkar from SNH Department, Assistant Professor of English. I welcome all of you to this morning session by our eminent speaker today, Sri Kotta Lakshman Reddy Garu, who is going to speak on environmental issues and challenges. Sir is a professor of chemistry, National Institute of Technology, Warangal, and a field of specialization is inorganic chemistry, coordination chemistry, and environmental chemistry. Honors and awards to Sir's credit. Sir is a fellow of Andhra Pradesh Academy of Sciences and Telangana Academy of Sciences, CSIR, JRF, and SRF during PhD program. Best Research Paper Award at National Conference on Frontiers in Chemistry at Kakatiya University in October 2002. Sir is elected as the State President of Jana Vijnana Vedika, Telangana, which has received the National Award from His Excellency, the President of India, Sri APJ Abdul Kalam Sir, on 28th February 2006, a National Science Day. Sir is elected as DST's Vijnana Prasar All India Radio as the coordinator of radio telecasting of science episodes every Sunday and every year since 2008. Membership with the professional and scientific bodies. Sir is a life member of Indian Society for Technical Education, Indian Council of Chemists, Telangana Academy of Sciences, Telangana, life member of Indian Science Congress India, Environmental Health Management, and is also a state vice president, Jana Vijnana Vedika. Sir is a designer and organizer of science quizzes at various academic levels and has been a merit scholar throughout his academic career, starting from SSC. Sir is known for his dynamic leadership in academic administration and curriculum plans. Is well known as one of the topmost science communicators in two states, that is Andhra Pradesh and Telangana. As an administrator, Sir is a chairman. Sir was the chairman, Games Committee, NIT Warangal from 2007 to 8. Chief Warden, NIT Warangal of Hostels, 2009-10. And Head, Department of Chemistry, 2011 and 12. Head of Department of Biotechnology, 2015 to 16. Dean, Research and Consultancy from 2016 to 2018. And Sir was also a registrar in charge from 2017 to 18. As a science communicator, Sir was a state vice president, Jana Vijnana Vedika, Telangana State, 2016 to 18. Convener, Science and Technology Subcommittee, Jana Vijnana Vedika, Warangal, 2005 and 6. President, Warangal District Committee, Jana Vijnana Vedika, 2006 to 7. And Sir, the state coordinator, radio episodes on science and technology funded by Vignan Prasar DST, Government of India from 2006 onwards, in association with All India Radio Hyderabad on behalf of Jana Vijnana Vedika, TSP, producing radio episodes in Telugu language and broadcasting to the public through AM and FM radio media through several All India radio stations. And Sir has produced so far 1,000 episodes on various topics. And currently, the current radio episode is on climate change and global warming of 52 episodes. Sir is also district coordinator, Warangal District, Telangana Academy of Sciences. And now publications and books to Sir's credit. National and international journals, 85. and papers presented in seminars, symposia, and conferences more than 70, and research projects completed 8, and PhDs awarded under Sir 7, and Sir is a regular writer in Chekumuki Children Science Monthly magazine. So it has been really wonderful seeing, I'm really inspired seeing Sir's profile. And welcome, sir, once again to this program. And I now hand over the session to Lakshma Reddy Garu, and I request all the students to, enlighten themselves from this program. Thank you, all of you, and please, Lakshma Reddy, sir, you can start the session, sir. Thanks a lot, sir.
Good morning to you all. So, am I audible?
Yes, sir, audible.
Yeah. My screen is, you are seeing my screen also, right?
Yes, sir, it's visible.
Yeah, fine. Thank you very much for the administration principal and the other colleagues, and particularly the Dr. Vishnu is in contact with me since last 1 week, and I'm very happy today to associate all of you. And I also congratulate all the students who got the admission into this college. And it's very important step in your life. And now you are entering into a professional course in engineering branch. So with, of course, various specializations. But it's overall, it's engineering education only. So far, you have studied school education and also intermediate education. That is different. But now it is a new era. And now you are entering into the another system where it is very important in your life. You are going to gain so many things. You are going to learn so many things, and it's a foundation stone in your life that you are going to lead later on. So therefore, all you should work hard and then learn whatever the teachers are telling, and through textbooks to journals, and you are without wasting much time. Of this induction program is also arranged because as for the AICT norms, it is mandatory to organize 2 weeks induction program for every graduate student. This is required only because it's a transition period. Now you are from school education to college education. So then what are the challenges before you, and how to cope up and how to accustom, because the environment is new and teachers are new and everything is new. But unfortunately, it is a COVID. Because of this COVID, you are on online. Otherwise, you are on the campus now, and so that you can meet the teachers, your friends, your seniors, and you can see various facilities available in the institute. But because of this COVID, all we are working from home, and we are not able to meet you, and your teachers are also not able to meet you. And of course, let us hope that this problem is going to be settled very soon, and we are expecting a vaccine very soon, and so that you can return back to the campus and then take the serious education directly from the teachers and the institute. And today's my topic is environmental issues and challenges. I'm just now he narrated about my biodata, in which he also mentioned that we are producing the radio episodes. It is a DST project through Vigyan Prasar. In all 19 languages. Telugu we do it. Similarly, other languages, other science organizations are doing throughout the country. English, Hindi, plus 19 other Indian languages. It is simultaneously going on. Because the current episode is also on climate change and global warming. But of course, it started 1 year back. Because of this COVID, the last 3-4 months, we are not able to produce the episodes and not able to broadcast also. Out of 52 episodes, we have already completed 46 episodes, and another 6 episodes are yet to be completed. Of course, maybe we are going to start from January 1st, the remaining 6 episodes. And the next is coming artificial intelligence. It is also very another 52 episodes. It is going to come very soon. It is very relevant to you as engineering students. What I suggest to you is, all these episodes are there in English, Hindi, and also in Telugu. So if you just go to the Vigyan Prasar website, where you can see all types of episodes. Earlier we have sustainable development, and also the disaster management, like that several Indian scientists, women scientists, chemistry in our daily life, chemistry, physics in our daily life, and the best mathematicians of our country, like that several things we have completed. But many are there in the website, but only I suggest is because you just immediately go through with the environmental issues and challenges, because this is very important topic to you, and you are also going to study a paper on this in the first year. That type of material, that material is already there in the Vigyan Prasar website. Those episodes already completed, that 46 episodes. You can just take it and then just read it either in English or Telugu, whatever the language you want, because it is available all languages. And very soon we are going to start even artificial intelligence also, and that is also very interesting. And because the next coming era is we are going to use more on this artificial intelligence. It's coming as a part of our life. So therefore I request all of you make use of this facility. It is there in the Vigyan Prasar website. Now coming to these environmental issues, we have several environmental issues. Because of that only all we are suffering with this COVID problem. This is also an environmental problem now. It is not only in our country, it is the entire world. So entire world from March onwards, all we are suffering, and all institutions have been closed, and mostly the students are staying at their home. So this is very unfortunate incident, but we are not able to do anything because health is very important. So health is very, very important. Once health is good, then only we are able to do it. Since medicine is not available, then we are taking precautions and maintaining this physical distance and using sanitation, everything. So now, of course, you may be, what is your responsibility on environmental issues? What are the challenges before you? You are only just 17, 18 years old, and because you have completed just +2 in 17 years, and then you are now entering into the engineering. So that means your age may be 17, 18 or 19, something like that. So at this age, what we will do? You may be having that. So it is only since it is there in the syllabus, we are able to study. Is that only the responsibility on you? No, it is not that only. So there are several other things you can do it. Even at this age also you can do it. Anybody is remembered that the Greta Thunberg, a 16 years age girl, she is only in 10th class, just completed 10th class. Greta, anybody heard her name? Greta Thunberg, a Sweden citizen.
Yes, sir.
A young, yeah. So she is a good environmentalist. She is an activist in environmental issues, and she spoken on that is 28th September 2019 at UNO meeting, where all the presidents are there, and also all important scientists are also there in that meeting. Several Nobel laureates are also there. But what is she spoke, you know? So this country, this world, this globe belongs to us, our generation, but you are spoiling. What right you have that to spoil this environment? How do we maintain our health? You are just forgetting about the next generations and using the all resources and depleting the all the resources, minerals, water, energy, everything, and polluting the environment. Because of that, all we are suffering, and how the next generations are going to come and live on this globe. Wonderful. That speech is also there in the YouTube, and you just read it so that you will get some inspiration. So don't think that she is only 16 years old girl. So don't think that at this age what can we do? We can do if you have a dream and if you have the vision, and you can do it, no problem. So therefore only if you go on reading all these type of things, definitely you will get some ideas. You too have some skills, definitely. So you have to make use of those skills. And another example is also that not only at this age, at the age of 16, 17 only, the Pakistani girl got the Nobel Prize. Do you know that? Anybody knows who is she? What is her name?
Malala.
Yeah.
Malala.
Malala.
Malala Yousafzai.
She got the Nobel Prize in propagating the girl child education. So working for girl child education in Pakistan, and she received along with our Kailas and in the peace. So that in 2012 they got the Nobel Prize for peace. So that means age is not important. You can do many things. You can do many things even at this age also. Please understand that and work accordingly. Now coming to this environmental issues, yes, all we agree that there are several issues in our, not only in our country, entire globe. We have pollution at air, pollution at water, and all we are seeing about the plastic pollution. Everywhere there is a plastic, even though it is banned, right? And there is a water scarcity, even water scarcity and water floods. Recently, you have witnessed with several floods in Hyderabad. How much suffering those for 1 week, almost 1 week. So because of that excess water and we are not able to send that excess water. There is no provision for that. We are not prepared for it. And falling groundwater tables and poor management. So we are not able to manage. See, waste is always produced. You can't prevent the production of waste. Every day we also produce so much waste in our house, right? So kitchen waste and other waste, but where we'll keep it? You have to keep that waste properly so that that is not creating any pollution. So that is called the management. How to manage? Actually, from every waste we can produce energy. As a chemistry teacher, so we says that energy can be produced from that. Because there is a possibility, and people are producing it also. Not only vegetable waste, even from other waste also. So therefore only it is a poor management. Therefore only we are just throwing just like that, and that is causing several problems. And also land soil degradation. So degradation is also taking place because of that, the all problems in the agriculture sector. And recently you might have seen the Yelur incident. It is still going on. The last 5-6 days, so in Yelur, several students and several people are admitting, not only the young people, even old people, even all types of people are admitting because of some fits type of disease. And doctors are not able to give a correct treatment because what type of disease it is nobody knows. And why several people are suffering. So it is only definitely, one can say that without any further studies, it may be due to water, it may be due to the air, or due to maybe food. Only these are the three things that will affect our body. Either food contamination, or water contamination, or air contamination. Only these three. But which one is really causing? Food means it is only because the food, they are not staying at one place, right? They are not in hostel. Different places they are staying, and so therefore definitely it is not due to food. Because otherwise, why different people are getting affected? Only why a particular house is going to affect. So that other two possibilities are only either water or air. If it is air, it is going to spread so much, the entire city. But that many cases are also not coming. Hence, we can only just without any further studies, we can say that mostly it may be due to water contamination. And of course, the several scientists already went from IICT Hyderabad, CCMB Hyderabad, NIN, and even from other medical doctors also went. And of course, so many tests are going on presently. But more or less, it is decided that it is due to the water pollution only. The people are taking the contaminated water, and where that water is coming from the agricultural feeds, and they are using several fertilizers and pesticides. So the primary report says that water containing more lead and more tin and also organic materials. Because of that only, over a period of, it's not over a period of time, it is accumulated in our body, and because of that the symptoms are now coming. So that type of problems will come. This is another lesson to us. So because how water is important, how to maintain. And loss of biodiversity is another very big problem. And you had a World Biodiversity Conference at Hyderabad last year, and every scientist is worrying about the biodiversity because we are spoiling the biodiversity. Because of that only, all we are facing the problems. So several problems are there which are listed, but today I will stick to only two things. One is on air pollution aspect, that is climate change, global warming, and that type of aspects. And then I will also touch upon the water pollution, mostly how the polluted water is going to, how it is going to cause the effects. So these two only I am going to. Plastic pollution, I am not going to take the plastic pollution. This is another very big area, because it is all our responsibility to decrease the plastic pollution. We are not saying that you have to ban the plastic totally. It is not possible also. It is not possible. And it is how to live without plastic is also important, because plastic is providing several facilities to us, because it's very light, it is totally insulator, and so, but definitely it is required, but you have to use judiciously. Wherever it is compulsorily required, you have to use, but not for carry bags are not required. Carry bags are definitely not required, so that you can prevent that. So you can carry your own cloth bag to the market and get the things to your house instead of bringing several. So what you will do, these carry bags you are just throwing out. So that is definitely can be objectionable, and all you should educate and practice this, because we work in Janavijnana Vedika now. So all we educate the people. So what we will tell is mana samanaku mana sanchi. So this we are telling since 20 years onwards, not now. Mana samanaku mana sanchi. You have to carry your own some bag and then get it the things in that bag only. That's what our earlier people also did, but nowadays just will go without any bag. But that in the market they will give the plastic covers, and we will bring so many covers and we are throwing just like that. So that we can do it. That is another subject, of course, but first two I will take. Now coming to this, climate is important and weather is also important. So if you distinguish between what is weather, so we see the weather report every day through television, through radio. They go on announcing that what is the temperature, humidity, and the all the possibilities of rain and air pressure, everything. So they go on, not only one morning they will tell, and every 2-3 hours they will tell the report. So that means weather is a hourly based. So hourly based, and it is the regional. Weather report of Hyderabad is different from weather report from Warangal, and weather report of some other Nalgonda is different. You cannot expect the same weather report in the entire state of Telangana, because it is regional and also hourly. But whereas climate is over a period average weather report, and over a period of months and years, even more than that. So that means we can have the 3 seasons only, and so that you have the almost you can have the same climate those 3 seasons, and it is global. So regional to global, so that the climate is the entire country is same. You can't expect a different climate in different places. So that way, that is the difference between a weather report, and we get the weather report every day, not a climate report. Climate report is so once in 3 months or once in 4 months. Climate is weather averaged over a time. So that average weather report only will come into the climate report. So coming to this is very important. So actually, broadly speaking, we have 3 major problems at present as far the environment issue is concerned. Minor problems are many, but major problems, one is global warming. The second one is ozone depletion. And the third problem is plastic pollution. These are the major things. Of course, all others will take the other minor problems. But global warming and depletion of ozone layer and plastic pollution it's common for entire world, entire globe. If one country is suffering, means that effects are there in other countries also. So therefore, we will concentrate on these 2 things now. What is global warming? It is only, see, our globe is warming. Warming means increasing of temperature. Sometimes we also get a temperature, right? So that we say that I have fever, so that I am not coming to the college today. I will apply CL. You also that. Then I will go to the doctor and take the treatment. So then Once my temperature, body temperature is normal, then I will do my duty. So that time I will take rest as per the doctor's advice. So that means you are getting fever. But the earth globe is also getting fever. The temperature is increasing. All we are witnessing throughout the 365 days. So actually the 3 months are the summer, but the summer is spreading more than that, and so you are seeing the very high temperatures in April, March, May, very high temperature. Even sometimes it is going to more than 50 degrees Celsius also. This is not so earlier. So it is as for the reports, every year it is increasing. So increasing and increasing. Therefore, only we are saying that it is global warming. So before that, before how it is taking place is you just see the composition of our atmosphere. All you have studied in school only. Our air contains mostly nitrogen and oxygen, right? Nitrogen and oxygens are the major things. So nitrogen is 78% and oxygen is 21%. Our air 78.1 is nitrogen only and 20.9 is oxygen. So that means 21 and 78 if you take 99% only this blue, see that this blue color is nitrogen and this green is oxygen. So 99 they only occupied, but around 1% we less than all other things together 1%, out of which argon is the next major element present in the atmosphere, and then of course we have carbon dioxide also 0.03, and we have carbon monoxide also, and we have so many other things also, so many other things. That means this is the clean green environment composition. So you are supposed to, but now what we are saying that in carbon dioxide, of course, in terms of here 0.03% is given, but actually if you convert into the ppm, it is 337 ppm is the clean environment, clean and green atmosphere composition is 337 ppm. ppm means parts per million parts. That means 1 part is present in million parts of that material. So that means 1 part of carbon dioxide is present in million parts of the air. Once you convert into milligrams per liter is equal to ppm. 1 mg per liter is equal to 1 ppm. 337 ppm means 337 milligrams of carbon dioxide is expected to present in the atmosphere in 1 kg of air. Once you have that much, that is a clean environment, no pollution, because that is the expected level of carbon dioxide. But other things are also there. Carbon monoxide is only 10 ppm only allowed, but all other gases like sulfur dioxide, nitrogen dioxide, and even methane, they are also present in the air, but they are very, very trace level. See that all together. So this all list is more, I think 30 to 40 types of constituents, but they are very, very rare, but still they are present in the atmosphere. So therefore you have to understand the terms also. What is pollutant? Pollutant is the one which causes the effects on the human beings based on their presence in the atmosphere. So it causes some bad effects or ill effects on the atmosphere, on the environment. So that environment means plants, animals, everything. So whatever the carbon dioxide, we say the pollutant. Carbon monoxide, we say pollutant. Sulfur dioxide is a pollutant. But when it causes bad effects. But on the other hand, what we are saying, carbon dioxide is allowed up to 337. So if it is present up to 337 ppm, it is not going to cause any harm to us. Please understand that. So then that case it is not pollutant. If it is exceeding that levels, so because of our human activities, because of our usage, so so many things are increased in the environment, including carbon dioxide. So that way, once it is present in the atmosphere and causing some effects because of its excess or because of its deficiency, then we say pollutant. But there is another term you have to understand is contaminant. Contaminant. What is contaminant? Contaminant is never present in the atmosphere. It is actually 0 ppm only. But because of our human activity, it enters into the environment and causes problems. For example, methyl isocyanide, that is the Bhopal accident gas. So that was almost taken place in 1983-84. During that period, several people died. It is very toxic and poisonous gas. It is a gas. Because of the leakage in that industry, and several people were died. But that methyl isocyanide is not contaminant. It's not. But all contaminants are pollutants only. But all pollutants are not contaminants. Because pollutant is already present in the atmosphere, like carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, sulfur dioxide. They are already present. But because of their excess, so they causes some effects. Then we are saying that it's a pollutant. But whereas contaminant is absent in the atmosphere, but even benzene also contaminated only. Benzene, suppose you are opening the benzene bottle, so that benzene vapors are going outside, and then you can detect that benzene vapors are also there in that atmosphere. It's a contaminant because it's not expected in the environment. So that means all contaminants also causes problems, pollutants also causes problems. So that way all contaminants are called pollutants, but all pollutants are not contaminants. Please understand this. So the process of heating up of the globe by greenhouse gases is called global warming. What we are saying is the process of heating up of the globe, it's only the increasing the temperature is called global warming. Global warming is nothing but fever. So just like we get fever, then Earth is also getting the fever, so that the temperature is increasing. So that's a very important term. See, the name which is coined, this global warming or greenhouse effect, we also say that greenhouse effect. In the greenhouse effect, so this term was coined in 1827 by the scientist Fourier, a French scientist. Greenhouse effect and global warming. You see this, so any glass house, which is also similar to the greenhouse, suppose you are keeping some plants inside the glass house, and of course you are giving water, you are pouring water every day, but these plants are going to survive or not surviving? The plants which are there in the glass roof house, the entire cover is by glasses. The plants are inside that. Are they going to survive? Definitely they are going to survive, because the light is traveling, light is entering through the glass also. So what is the, see, all we are blaming is carbon dioxide is the culprit for causing the global warming. All we are saying that, everybody is telling only about that. But is it the only carbon dioxide alone? No, it is not carbon dioxide alone. There are several other things are also there. That also you are going to see later slides. But major, more than 50% global warming is only due to the presence of carbon dioxide. But how this carbon dioxide is responsible? What carbon dioxide is doing for increasing the temperature? So here also see that one live example you can take this. Actually, the sun is providing what type of radiations we receive every day from sun. The energy rays are divided into 3 categories. One is UV rays, and then visible rays, and also infrared rays. 3 types of rays we are receiving every day from sun. But all you might have studied, the UV rays are trapped at, so all we live at troposphere, right? But after troposphere, it is stratosphere. Up to Earth to 15 kilometers is troposphere, then stratosphere. So stratosphere, where oxygen will absorb the UV rays, high energetic UV rays, that converts into ozone, because that is an endothermic reaction. Conversion of O2 to O3 is endothermic. So that is 3O2 gives 2O3. but in presence of UV rays. So that way, but since the high energetic, so UV rays are highly energetic, right? Then visible, then infrared rays. So this UV rays, when it is reaching to the Earth surface, before coming only at stratosphere, it is absorbed by oxygen and then converted into ozone. Therefore, the entire ozone layer is in the stratosphere now. That is another issue, of course, that we'll talk later. So ozone layer is there in the stratosphere, not in the troposphere, because there you can't find any oxygen. There you will find only ozone. The ozone is coming from oxygen because of that reaction. So that means the UV rays are already stopped there. But what are the available then remaining energetic rays? Only visible and infrared rays. The visible and infrared rays are coming to this Earth. So we receive every day only infrared rays and visible rays only. Then what happens is, once it is coming, first you understand this. So for example, you take a car. Example, in our day-to-day life, a car is parked, car is closed and parked at somewhere. And then after 3-4 hours, you again entered into the car, you want to go out and open that door. And do you find any temperature difference outside and inside the car now? Is it the same temperature outside and inside the car?
No, sir.
No. So it is not. So where you have more temperature, inside or outside?
So inside the car.
Inside the car. So why inside the car is more temperature? Because no special energy rays are going into side. Only visible rays and infrared rays only coming from the sun. Even outside also it's like that. Even inside also, inside car also like that. But only thing is you have to understand the mechanism. So this glass is opaque towards the infrared rays. It will allow only visible rays. So that visible rays only comes inside. Infrared rays doesn't go inside. Infrared is low energetic rays and visible rays are high energetic rays. Because this glass shutter is totally closed. Glass windows are totally closed. But it goes through the glass also. But what happens is, once they are going inside, the material present in the car absorbs some radiation. It absorbs some radiation. So once it is absorbing, some energy is lost by that rays. Once they lost some energy, then it converts into infrared rays. While going, they are entering into the car is visible rays, but the material present in the car is taking some energy. Hence, they lost the energy, hence converted into infrared rays. Once they convert into infrared rays, they doesn't come out. Because glass is not having that property. So only visible rays can travel through glass, but not infrared. So that means always the infrared rays are inside the car only. Therefore, the temperature is raised. Temperature is more. You can test anytime. Temperature inside is very high. So this is one live example. But similarly, same thing is taking place now. How it is taking place similarly? So the visible rays and infrared rays are coming and falling on the Earth. But in the atmosphere, you have oxygen, you have nitrogen, you have carbon dioxide, you have carbon monoxide, you have several other gases also. But fortunately, nitrogen and oxygens are not greenhouse gases. If nitrogen and oxygens are greenhouse gases, this globe doesn't exist at all. We can't live. Plants cannot survive, animals cannot survive, human beings also cannot survive. But fortunately, they are not greenhouse gases. So, but carbon dioxide is greenhouse gases. Methane is greenhouse gases. Water vapor is greenhouse gases. What they will do? So these gases doesn't allow to go to the infrared rays. It allows only visible rays. Similarly, like in our glass material. So that the visible rays are coming and falling on the earth, but earth is a good absorber. So it absorbs. So that it absorbs some radiation, so that they lose some energy. So the visible light can be converted again infrared rays. These infrared rays again are not after it's reflected back, but then they are not going away because this carbon dioxide layer that is present in the environment is preventing that. Therefore, they are shuttling between the earth surface and also this carbon dioxide layer. Hence, the temperature is increasing. More the carbon dioxide, more the prevention, more the prevention. So these rays are present only at our troposphere level. Hence, the temperature is increasing. More the carbon dioxide, more the methane. But out of all these things, carbon dioxide is very high. It is 337 ppm. But whereas methane is only around 10 ppm. When compared to this, it is very, very high. Hence, we say that it is a greenhouse gas. So more that concentration of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere, more the temperature is increasing. This is the mechanism of why carbon dioxide is causing the global warming. That you have to understand. So suppose you can say that, suppose our scientists are doing some research and say so that the carbon dioxide they can maintain at atmosphere 0. Is it okay? Somehow we have developed a system so that through that system we have some materials which absorbs carbon dioxide totally, so that there is no carbon dioxide on the earth. It is brought to 0 level. Is it okay? Are we able to survive without carbon dioxide? Yes or no? Are we able to survive without? No, definitely no. What benefit you are getting from carbon dioxide? How it is helping to you?
A certain temperature is maintained, sir. A certain temperature for survival is maintained because of carbon dioxide.
And a photosynthesis reaction.
Exactly. It's a very good application. How you are getting temperature? Whatever you are eating from breakfast to dinner, either papaya or rice or nuts, whatever it is only carbon dioxide you are getting. That is from plants. Plants are converting carbon dioxide into the carbohydrates during the photosynthesis reaction in presence of water and sunlight. So that reaction only
Sir, 1 minute, sir. Lakshman, sir, there is some disturbance with your audio.
audio.
Yes,
Yes, sir. Sir, mute చేసి unmute చేయండి, sir.
audio.
Okay, 1 minute. అంటే లైట్ కనిపించండి.
Yes, sir, slides are visible, but there is a problem in your audio.
Okay.
Or else exit the meeting and join, sir, then.
Yeah.
Better. సార్ అన్మ్యూట్ చేయండి, సార్ అన్మ్యూట్ చేయండి. సార్ మీరు మ్యూట్లో ఉన్నారు సార్, అన్మ్యూట్ చేసి మాట్లాడండి.
Is it okay now?
ఇప్పుడు క్లియర్ ఉంది సార్.
Yes, sir.
Okay, sir.
సార్ అన్మ్యూట్ చేయండి, సార్.
Yeah. So now this carbon dioxide is required definitely to us because it is providing food, and also because of that only the globe average temperature is plus 15 degrees Celsius. Suppose without water vapor and without carbon dioxide, of course, and small amount of ozone also present in the troposphere, very small, because it is very unstable. All these three, but out of these three, carbon dioxide only playing major role because that is in large concentration. Because of that, the globe average temperature is plus 15. Without that, suppose we assume that it is 0, then the average temperature would be minus 17 degrees Celsius. Are you able to survive throughout the year? So it is the average temperature is going down by minus 17. Some countries are suffering always with lower temperature. We are very lucky that our average temperature is more than 15. More than 15. The world average temperature is plus 15. Today's Earth average temperature is plus 15 due to greenhouse effect only. Because of this greenhouse effect only, its average temperature. That means carbon dioxide is required. Carbon dioxide is required not only to maintain the temperature, but also to get the food. Every animal is getting, plants also getting the same way food, and they are eating and also supplying to us. We are depending on that. So, but remember, not only carbon dioxide that is important for causing the greenhouse effect, there are other gases also. This yellow portion is, the entire yellow is carbon dioxide, but it is causing 63.5%. Before this industrialization, it is only 50%. But after industrialization, the carbon dioxide level is increasing. Therefore, it is causing greenhouse effect to the extent of 63.5%. We have other gases also. Next is chlorofluorocarbons are also causing greenhouse effect to the level of 11.5. And methane, of course, this red part is methane. It is 20.5. The next compound that causes after carbon dioxide is methane, and methane is to the extent of 20.5%. Then chlorofluorocarbons 11.5%. Then nitrous oxide 4.5%, and even water vapor also to the extent of 1%. So all these are the greenhouse gases. What are greenhouse gases? Somebody is asking. You have to tell carbon dioxide, methane, chlorofluorocarbons, and nitrous oxide and water vapor. But this is the way after industrialization, the carbon dioxide is increasing exponentially. Earlier we have this around 337 ppm, but it is going to up to more than 380 ppm. Now it is even now for 400 ppm in many places. The average carbon dioxide concentration in the environment is increasing from 337 to 380 ppm. 380 ppm. Okay. But you see this, these are the greenhouse gases. Carbon dioxide, it's a linear molecule. This is the structure. And this is methane, CH4 tetrahedral. You have ozone, O3, that is. Then you have carbon dioxide, methane, and but recently it is also added sulfur hexafluoride. Sulfur hexafluoride is also known to be a greenhouse compound. So the beauty of the science and technology is it is not a constant or permanent. Things are going to be changed always. So 20 years back, we never assumed that SF6 sulfur hexafluoride is a greenhouse compound. But now we realize that it also causes greenhouse effect. Tomorrow somebody may prove that some other compound is also responsible. Then we'll add that. Somebody may disagree with the earlier previous compound. Then we have to delete it. So therefore, once it is scientifically established through experimentation, then we should agree only that, we have to follow only that. These are the greenhouse compounds. But annual production, if you see the annual production of carbon dioxide, from which source you are getting more So you may say that how much you alone is contributing towards the increasing of carbon dioxide. But out of all these, the power industries are producing more, because how you are getting power? Power is through thermal power stations. So thermal power stations, they burn the coal. So the coal is, what is the final product is only carbon dioxide. Lot of carbon dioxide is coming from the power stations. But can we stop that? We can't, because we need current, we need power. We don't have other alternatives. Suppose if you have alternatives, you can close this power station so that you can prevent to that extent of production of carbon dioxide. And next is industries. Industries are also using so many fuels, because every industry is required some energy. So that way they are also contributing, because every material you burn, the product is only carbon dioxide. You burn paper, you burn any mass. So that product is only carbon dioxide. Suppose it is a complete combustion. If it is incomplete combustion, you may get even carbon monoxide also, methane also, even other hydrocarbons also. They are still dangerous. Not for towards the greenhouse effect, some other effects like in Eluru now. And transportation. So then transportation of all vehicles are also causing this, because they use diesel, petrol, gas, but ultimately the product is carbon dioxide only. Then agricultural byproducts. Through agriculture also, a lot of carbon dioxide is coming out to the extent of 12.5%. Fossil fuels, when you are taking the petrol, diesel, because all we take from natural resources only, right? So through that process, some carbon dioxide is also coming to the extent of this 11.3. Then residential and commercial and other resources 10.3, because we burn several things, several materials every day. And land use and biomass burning, waste dispose. And so because sometimes we dispose and we treatment is only by combustion. Suppose if you are treating only by combustion, in many areas municipality people will take that waste and they will dump one place and they will fire it. But that will contribute to carbon dioxide. So that way, these are the various sources of the carbon dioxide, but out of which power stations and industries are causing major source for the causing the carbon dioxide, and then coming transportation, and then agriculture byproducts. And similarly, methane also. Methane is coming mostly, 40% of methane is coming from the, again from the cow dung and also from the paddy. 29.6% is coming from industries. And like that, you have the methane, nitrous oxide also. Nitrous oxides are coming only through industries. Mostly 62% is coming only from the industries. So that way, every compound you have to minimize, because first concentration we have to see. When you have many problems, the major problem you have to take first and you have to attend first. Major problem is carbon dioxide, then methane, then chlorofluorocarbons. That is the order. Nitrogen and oxygen gases are not greenhouse gases. We are lucky. That's what I said already. Suppose if they are greenhouse gases, 99% of these compounds are present in the atmosphere. If they are greenhouse gases, so the temperature may be, we don't know that, even more than 100. Are we able to survive? Not only the birds and other things, even human beings also cannot survive. So that way they are not green. Therefore, these thermal power stations, so you have to take care and then attend that carefully, how to minimize carbon dioxide. So this is how the carbon dioxide is exponentially increasing. It's a fact. These are there in every scientific journal. So every year it is going to increase. But who is responsible for this? But we said just now thermal power stations are causing more, then industries, then transport. So thermal power stations are very much required because we are supposed to produce. Otherwise, what is alternative? Hydraulic power stations. If you have water, you can produce current, but 365 days you can't expect water. But we need 365 days and 24 hours current. So therefore, you have to depend on some other source, not on hydraulic power station alone. But what is, so there are other things also, but mostly we are depending on thermal power stations. So that means who is responsible and which country is producing more carbon. It is a global problem because suppose if India is producing more carbon dioxide, it affects on all other countries. If America is producing more carbon dioxide, that is affecting on other countries also. Because it's not like solid waste and liquid waste. Solid waste and liquid waste is affecting only that particular town, particular region. But gases, the air pollution is affecting the entire globe. Therefore, so if you see this, which country is having this? This is the one report. China is 16.7%, Russia 5%, India 4.9%. So US 20. US is having highest percentage, 21.4% of carbon dioxide out of when compared to other countries. This is one report, but if you see the per capita emission, this is very important. Per capita carbon dioxide emission, as for the 2015 report, we are at bottom. India is at bottom. You see this graph? This is not prepared by us. This is there in any scientific journal. You take World Environmental Earth Report, where you can see this graph and which country. The top is USA, and we are at bottom. Australia, Canada is coming next. So whoever is producing the more carbon dioxide and more greenhouse gases, they have to take that. They have to take the responsibility of controlling. Suppose if you take the responsibility India alone, that's what the Greta Thunberg is questioned all world leaders. So all you should pay attention towards the prevention of the greenhouse gases totally, so that you can prevent the global warming, because there are several other side effects on global warming. But unfortunately, every country blames others. USA blames India. India is polluting more, and India is causing more greenhouse effect. But it's not true actually. It's not true. This is the fact. On per capita basis, India is a small emitter of carbon dioxide. So that is 1.4 tons of gas per person in comparison to the United States, where they produce 7 tons per person. 7 tons of carbon dioxide per person is produced in US, but whereas we produce only 1.4. Whereas world average is only 5.3 tons per person. So world average is 5.3, and whereas America is 17 tons, which is 3 times greater, and 1.4 is our average. It is very 3 times lower than even world average. This is the factual report. So of course, these are thermal power plants, vehicles, and methane, paddy cultivation, and cattle and animals. Nitrous oxides are coming from the vehicles and also the fertilizer. Many fertilizer industries are nitrogen-based industries. So ultimately, they release nitrous oxide during the process. And chlorofluorocarbons. So chlorofluorocarbons is another compound which causes not only greenhouse effect, but also causes depletion of ozone layer. Depletion of ozone layer only due to the chlorofluorocarbons only. No other compound is responsible for that. Only chlorofluorocarbon only responsible for the greenhouse depletion of ozone layer alone. But this is another one where where we use chlorofluorocarbons. Chlorofluorocarbons are mostly used in the refrigerators, in the air conditioners, as a coolant. So unfortunately, this chlorofluorocarbon is very stable at room temperature. Once even released into the troposphere, it is not causing any other effects on human beings or animals, because it is very inert that way. It doesn't cause any damage, any side effects or direct effects on our on human beings or other animals also. But very stable, it doesn't decompose. It doesn't decompose at room temperature. It's very, very stable. But all other compounds, for example, if you release methane into the atmosphere, after 30-35 days, it is converted into carbon dioxide only. And carbon dioxide is also converted into some other carbonates, but its residential period is very high. Takes time. But chlorofluorocarbons never converted into other products because it is very stable, very, very stable. It's not volatile. So then it is going to, but what happens once it is released into the atmosphere, these chlorofluorocarbons are reaching to the stratosphere. In the stratosphere, the CFC is going to release the chlorine. The chlorine releases chlorine free radical, and that will deplete the ozone. Reacting with ozone, chlorine free radical, you get chlorine monoxide, and you also get HOCl, hypochlorous acid. That's how the depletion of ozone is taking place by chlorofluorocarbons. It is causing only greenhouse effect, no other effects on in troposphere because they are very inert and very stable. Since they are stable, it is not decomposed, and hence it is going to stratosphere because it is gas and doing damage at ozone, causing damage to ozone layer, and so the depletion is taking place. That is the problem of CFC. So therefore, once you prevent chlorofluorocarbons, you can not only prevent the greenhouse effect to that extent and totally the depletion of ozone layer. Once the ozone layer is not depleted, UV rays are coming to directly to the surface, Earth's surface, and affecting all of us. All animals are going to get that problem, and plants also, because they are very powerful energetic rays. UV rays are very powerful energetic rays. We are not able to survive with the exposures of the UV rays. Hence, there is a need and urgency. You can't wait, because once this will take place suddenly. So in the Elur, at least there is a provision for the doctors to give the treatment, and many patients are recovered. But here, once the UV rays are coming, then immediately within no time, everybody is going to affect because of very high energetic rays, and you get so many diseases like even skin cancer and other destruction of bones, and destruction of total nervous system, several things. So that even there is no scope for remedy. Hence, you have to attend urgently the depletion of ozone doesn't take place. You have to prevent. So prevention is only you have to stop the production of the chlorofluorocarbons, or else you have to convert chlorofluorocarbons into some other products so that it is not reaching to the stratosphere. That is one way. But since it is coming very, very less quantity from industries wherever it is produced or wherever it is used, but finally it is accumulated that way, even though it is a process, is very slow process, but it is taking place. That is the fact. But alternatives are produced now. We have alternatives to the chlorofluorocarbons, that is hydrochlorofluorocarbons are coming into the market, and but they have some other side effects also. Even though they are not depleting the ozone layer, they are not causing any greenhouse effect also, but they have direct effect on other human beings. So because of their degradation, they are not stable. So they undergo some decomposition, and since they are undergoing some decomposition, so it causes some effects like that. So then now we said that sources and contributions of greenhouse gases, carbon dioxide is coming from fossil fuels, deforestation. So deforestation also, because plants are the good consumers of carbon dioxide, they take a lot of carbon dioxide and convert into glucose. Biomass burning, vehicles, methane is from paddy, cattle, and chlorofluorocarbons, air conditioners, coolers. So nitrous oxide, ozone from automobile emissions, like that. Recently, perfluorocarbons, sulfur hexafluoride, these two are added. That is, perfluorocarbon is another, and also sulfur hexafluoride. These two are also identified that they are also greenhouse compounds. This is actually world scientists are warning since several years. In 1992 itself, over 1,500 noted scientists, in that 104 Nobel laureates also there. 1,500 student scientists, in that 104 Nobel laureates released a paper, signed all 1,500 scientists, warned the humanity that in the coming years we are going to witness this global warming problem much more severely. This is 28 years back. Essence of this warning is human beings and the natural world are on a collision course. We must move away from the fossil fuels to cut greenhouse emissions. Because all we are depending on the fossil fuels like diesel, petrol, natural gas, coal, coke, for various uses. We need it, of course, for industry needs and other utility also we need it. But we have to move away from that fossil fuels, so that is the only way to reduce the carbon dioxide. So then think of other alternatives in place of fossil fuels. That's what world scientists released a paper because of this, assuming that these two scientists, this is Rajendra Pachauri and AI Go, they got the Nobel Prize in 2007. For what purpose? Only greenhouse effect campaign. They got the Nobel Prize. See that how important it is, the greenhouse effect. In coming years, it is going to be cause major problem. So therefore, that committee, Nobel Laureate Committee, see, we get in, see, Nobel Committee will give Nobel Prizes every year on December 10th. So just, yeah, today is December 12th, no? So on December 10th only, this year Nobel Prizes were awarded. Announcement will take place in October onwards. So we get how many Nobel Prizes we got so far in science and technology? We have received only one, that is for Raman effect by our C.V. Raman in 1930. Almost 90 years is over, but we are waiting for the second Nobel Prize. Any subject, of course, maths, physics, maths, of course, maths doesn't have the Nobel Prize, only physics, biology, medicine, chemistry, economics, peace, literature. So in this we have the Nobel Prizes, but overall we got 8 Nobel Prizes so far, but in science and technology we have only one. We are waiting for it. And this is the way carbon dioxide is increasing. See that now the anticipation is from 2050 it is going to be reached by 20. Now it is 2020 only. So the 420 ppm. Hello, is it clear? Hello. Hello.
Sir,
My
student
voice?
unmuted. Yeah, muted him. Okay.
Okay. So 2020, this is the 2020 year only, and almost 420 ppm. But allowed is only 337, but now it is around 420. But it is going to be increased 460 by 2050, and by 2100 it is going to even expected concentration of carbon dioxide is 1000 ppm even. So once it is going to 1000 ppm, that means 3 times more than the required. So the temperature is maybe doubled. So that is the anticipation. So this is the way the carbon dioxide is exponentially increasing. But how to cut down, how to control? What are the sinks for the carbon dioxide? How you are able to do that? One is the atmosphere carbon. If you see that the fossil fuels are producing a lot of carbon or carbon dioxide, but forests are going to take major portion. But ocean water also takes, because the ocean water that converts carbon dioxide into carbonates, calcium carbonate, magnesium carbonate, other carbonates. So that carbonate is not a gas, therefore it will be present in water either in the soluble form or insoluble form. immediately what you have to do is you have to convert carbon dioxide gas into some solid compound or liquid so that it is not going to the atmosphere. If it is in the form of gas only, it enters into the atmosphere. If it is in the form of liquid or solid, it doesn't go to the atmosphere, right? So immediate problem is you have to convert into that way from the source itself. Wherever the, so in thermal power station, lot of carbon dioxide is coming. That emissions you have to convert into some carbonates so that it is not going to enter into the atmosphere. So the carbon dioxide, through carbon dioxide, we have a lot of benefits. So therefore only forest is required and trees are required. See that this is another statistics is a tree can absorb as much as 21.77 kgs of carbon dioxide per year. (21.7) On average, a tree produces 118 kgs of oxygen every year. So it is taking the unwanted carbon dioxide and producing oxygen, so that it is producing 118 kgs of oxygen every year. So that's how we are getting family benefit. So therefore, you have to grow the plants. Then trees. Suppose if you have a tree in your house, your current bill is also less. How? Because of when the tree is there in your compound wall, so that will be affecting your house from the radiation, so that the house is very cool and there is no need of using air conditions. Even if you are using that also, your power bill will be less. Whoever is paying more current bill is responsible for global warming. That is that one has to pay attention. Many times we ignore that. Okay, we are paying current bill. Particularly in education institutions, students never take responsibility of switching off the fans and lights when they are going out. But you have to think about your future, so that because not only the energy is going to be wasted and you are causing for the greenhouse effect, because this energy is coming only from the thermal power stations mostly. That type of thing, so that we have a lot of benefit from the plant. So the worldwide also there are several agreements, Kyoto Protocol. So between the scientists, between the policy makers, between the administrators. So the agreement is you have to reduce the greenhouse gases considerably so that the world is safe. They agreed, they signed. So the first Kyoto Protocol agreement is by 2010, you are supposed to reduce the carbon dioxide at least 50% you have to reduce. But nothing has happened. 2010 is already over. Now we are in 2020. So in the Kyoto Protocol was adopted in 11th December 1997. Started in 1992, but after 5 years they again revived. Is it going as per their expectation? They also thought of no, it's not going as per their expectation, and they sat once again 97, and then where 192 countries have signed in that Kyoto Protocol, including our country. So that every country should pay attention of not producing the carbon dioxide and all other gases, so that they have to see that they have to reduce by looking some other alternatives. But that's not taking place now. So then, of course, they are meeting several times. Even 2012 also they have some other agreement called Doha Amendment to this Kyoto Protocol, because so 2010 we are not able to achieve that. What were the expectations? Then they have given another time is up to 2020. At least we have to do this in 2020, but 2020 is already, so in another 18 days we are going to complete 2020. Also we are entering into 2021. So then new committees are also meeting now about this. So what is to be done, because so it is not going as per their expectations, right? So that way several other things are also coming in. One is Paris Agreement, another agreement made. So regarding to this Paris Agreement, in which also several countries have signed. to reduce at least we have to reduce 2 degrees Celsius temperature every year. That was the agreement. That is possible only by reducing the carbon dioxide majorly. But this is also now the America is going back. No, we are not agreeing this Paris agreement. And of course, Trump said that we are withdrawing this. Even at that time, 197 countries have signed, including America. But America is going back now. But we don't know. This Biden is saying that no, we'll respect this agreement, Paris agreement, and we'll maintain it. Let us have to hope that and things are going to be controlled as per the agreement. But anyhow, so we have to reduce carbon dioxide, we have to reduce methane. These are the major compounds which are, and chlorofluorocarbons next. So this is the one quotation. Change from carbon-based energy economy to renewable and solar energy. So instead of depending on carbon-based energy, we have the plenty sources of solar energy. Suppose if you are able to trap the solar energy, you have to develop the materials. It is the responsibility of the scientists to develop the solar active materials so that they can absorb solar energy and that can be converted into our daily life for daily use. So instead, so that you can reduce the carbon-based energy. Change from consumerist society to need-based consumption. So instead of, see how much we need, that much only we have to produce, and that too from safe sources. Change from consumerist society to need-based. So there is a difference here. So actually what is as for the statistics, 90% of the resources are there only with 10% people. 90% of resources, particularly in our country, 90% resources are there only with the 10% people, and 90% people are using the 10% resources. That is the problem. So therefore only we have for everybody's need. This is a quotation from the Mahatma Gandhi. We have for everybody's need, not for everyone's greed. Resources are available, plenty resources are available that can satisfy everybody. But unfortunately, they are going to serving only because of that the policies. 10% people are enjoying with 90% benefits. Okay, so therefore we have to move from this. So this is all about the greenhouse effect and the where we have to concentrate on reduction of carbon dioxide. Or else you can think of see, plants are able to convert carbon dioxide to carbohydrates. As a BTech students, you can also think of in your later on doing some projects how to convert the carbon dioxide into carbohydrates, how to convert carbon dioxide into water gas, producer gas. So that type of projects also, but with low cost. Of course, there are several techniques already available because cost is very high. So therefore, it's not affordable. With low cost, you have to find a mechanism where this carbon dioxide is converted into glucose with low cost. So that even the production of carbon dioxide is also no problem. That type of innovation also you can think of, and then in your later on, because you are supposed to do some projects later on. Then coming to the water pollution aspects. So water pollution is mostly causing because of some organic materials and inorganic metal ions. That's what we are witnessing at Elur city at present. But the very problem of water is fluorosis disease. Because in drinking water we have several. See, these are the required standard for safe drinking water. Water is different from drinking water. Drinking water is different from safe drinking water. Remember that. Wherever water is available, we are not drinking that. Only drinking water will take. We'll say that this is drinking water. We'll put a label there. Drinking water, don't waste. But that drinking water is not safe drinking water. Safe drinking water is having, these are the parameters one can, pH is 6.5. So the first column is Bureau of Indian Standard and the second column is WHO, World Health Organization standards. So you are seeing the recently also the COVID, we are getting the instructions from Indian ICMR, Indian Council of Medical Research, and also we are receiving the instructions from WHO also. WHO is responsible for the entire globe, or for all countries, but our ICMR will have the control of the Indian public requirement. Their safety is important. So that way we have the BIS standards and also WHO standards for the safe drinking water. pH must be this much, 6.5 to 8.5. Total solids together, total dissolved solids must be 500 to 1000 ppm. Dissolved oxygen 5 to 7 ppm. So see that, remember, oxygen is soluble in water. So even if you, some animals will survive in water only always. Every animal requires oxygen, right? But the animals which are staying in water 365 days, how they are getting oxygen? How they are, because they never come to the surface. They always stay in water only, certain animals. But how they are surviving without oxygen? Because they take oxygen from water. That much oxygen is sufficient, right? So that oxygen is soluble, which is called dissolved oxygen, that is present in 5 to 7 ppm. Calcium is 75 to 100, magnesium, because these two causes hardness also, calcium salts, magnesium salts, and total hardness must be 200 to 250 ppm only allowed. Please remember this. So whatever the water you are drinking, that water hardness must be in this range only, 200 to 250 ppm. And there are other things also. Iron is there, manganese is there, copper. They are very small quantities. Zinc, arsenic, chromium, lead, sulfate, fluoride. Fluoride is 250 ppm is allowed. Sulfate is 200 ppm is allowed. Fluoride is allowed only 1 to 1.5 ppm as for Indian standards, but WHO standard is 1. Only 1 ppm is allowed WHO, World Health Organization. Because but our country decided even up to extended up to 1.5. This is important because fluoride is very small quantities allowed, 1 to 1.5 ppm only. That is 1 to 1.5 milligrams per liter. 1 to 1.5 milligrams per liter is allowed. Hence, that much only we have to take. So excess causes fluorosis disease. Of course, besides this, you have nitrate, ammonia. All these are also there. All these are the parameters for safe drinking water. Drinking water standards for fluoride, WHO, World Health for Indian context 1.5, WHO for international 0.5 to 1, Bureau of Indian Standards 1 to 1.5, Indian Council of Medical Research standard is even 1 to 2. They said 1 to 2 because they extended up to 2, because so once you decide 1.5 or 1 ppm and you are not able to provide, what is the use? And United States Public Health is 0.7 to 1.2. These are the various standards. But remember, this fluoride, we get fluorosis disease. For fluorosis disease, there is no remedy. There is no recovery. There is no remedy at all. People have to suffer lifelong. There is no growth. Even a 30 years old person also looks like only 10 years old person, because of there is no growth. They cannot walk, they cannot lift their head. So that way, because there is no medicine even for that. That way, once you get fluorosis, it is very, very problem. It's a lifelong problem. So here, but the why WHO says 1 ppm, but Indian Bureau of Indian Standards or ICMR says 1.5 ppm, even up to 2 ppm. How we are able to do that? How Indians are able to manage that? Is it not excess? You may be having that doubt. But remember, when we are not able to supply up to 1 ppm, then it is decided, okay, because we provide up to 1.5 ppm fluoride water or 2 ppm fluoride water with a condition. So the condition is, these are the food habits. Generally, Indians will take more calcium-rich food. So calcium will calcium as also reduce some fluoride from your body. Observe the following food habits of your drinking water. fluoride concentration is in the range of 1 to 1.5 or even up to 2, because ICMR says it is 2 ppm or 2 mg per liter. What are the suggestions? Suggestions are avoid brushing teeth with fluoride containing toothpaste. So that the fluoride to any toothpaste are two types. So fluoride toothpaste and non-fluoride toothpaste. When you are purchasing, better you purchase non-fluoride toothpaste. Please remember that. In any company, in all companies, you have the, it's not one company, any company you have two types, fluoride and non-fluoride. Take non-fluoride toothpaste for Indians. Fluoride, because that will also add. Avoid tea because tea contains fluoride. Avoid coffee also. Consume milk, ragi malt which contain more calcium. So when you consume more milk and ragi, because that contains more calcium, so that it will reduce fluoride. Consume calcium food and also vitamin C food in your diet, because they also reduce the fluoride. So with these conditions, so taking more calcium food, more vitamin C food, and avoiding the other things which contains fluoride like tea, coffee. This is required only if your water is above 1 ppm. Please remember this. If you within the 1 ppm, no problem. You can, no need of taking more calcium, more vitamin C, and no need of even stopping tea and coffee. If your water is above 1 and up to 1.5 or even 2, because ICMR says 2, but above 2 is complete, you have to neglect or you have to discard. Don't take that at all. That water as a drinking water. You change the source immediately. Otherwise, what happens? So you will get. But this fluorosis disease will another one eating of nela usuri. It's called gooseberry. A day is better. It is rich in calcium and vitamin C. Taking gooseberry fruit, which is Telugulo nela usuri antaru. Eat a leafy vegetable every day. So in your diet, leafy vegetables, and make tamarind rasam as a part of your diet. So it reduces fluoride toxicity. So with these food habits, so even some extra above 1 ppm is also okay. But if it is 1.5 above and 2 above, definitely you have to change the source. There is no way. There is no way at all. So the severity of fluorosis, so what happens is this fluorosis will not come. Suppose you are taking water, fluoride water today, tomorrow you can't expect any fluorosis disease. Even 1 month also, 1 year also. Generally takes 4 to 5 years to have a symptoms of fluorosis. You are continuously taking the fluoride containing water, then those effects are coming only after 4 to 5 hours. But children, it will come quickly. But elders, age of above 20, it takes 4 to 5 years definitely. So because that is the exposure period, and other climatic factors also, of course, and your nutritional status, like that you are able to have that problem. But remember, it is also age-wise. So for the up to infants, up to 6 months, this is the fluoride level, and 7 to 12 months, that means 1 year, this is the fluoride level limit. The children of 1 to 3 years, it is only 1.3, and children of 4 to 8 hours, 2.2. Total fluoride concentration per day. This is per day. So this is for a day, please remember. And of course, all elders, it is 10 ppm. All elders, so up to, so that for example, you see that it's coming 10 ppm up to this. So 10 ppm is allowed, but 10 ppm means how you are able to calculate. Suppose your water is 1 ppm, and you are supposed to drink how much water every day? You are supposed to drink at least 3 liters minimum and 5 liters maximum. Average we say 4 liters. So when you are taking 4 liters per day, 4 ppm is coming through water. 4 ppm of fluoride is entering in your body through water. But what about other things? Your milk contains fluoride, your vegetables contains fluoride, and your fruits may contain fluoride because that is also grown through using that some type of water. If that water contains more fluoride, that is reflected in your food materials. So therefore, only by taking all these things into consideration, the 10 ppm per day through all sources is allowed. If it is more than that, so that means the fruits, vegetables, milk, you don't have a choice. But drinking water, you have a choice. So therefore, better to have the low fluoride, so that even diet contains some extra fluoride that will be balanced overall with a maintenance of 10 ppm. Therefore only, so see that not only the drinking water important, milk is also important. Milk is also important. In certain places, once upon a time, it's what happened is in Prakasham district, in where the drinking water contains only 1 ppm, but many that milk contains more fluoride, because that buffaloes and cows are taking the raw water wherever it is available. Through that, they are drinking more fluoride water, and so that the milk also coming with more than 1 ppm fluoride. Because of that milk consumption by the people, they got the fluorosis disease. So therefore, not only drinking water is important, because water we take more, but other things also important. Milk is also important, vegetables also important, fruits are also important. Whatever the materials that you are eating, so that overall it should not exceed 10 ppm. Please remember that. Please remember that point. For fluoride, how much? Suppose it's fluoride is 0 ppm. Is it okay? No. You need to have 0.4 ppm minimum. 0.4 ppm is definitely required, but maximum is 1 or 1.5. Otherwise, first symptom is dental fluorosis. So with 4 to 5 years, no, you are able to see yellow layer on your teeth. That is the first symptom. The yellow layer on the teeth will indicating that, suppose if you have gone to the dentist, you will immediately say that, so maybe you are drinking fluoride water, because of that you have yellow layer on your teeth. That is the first symptom, but it once you are consuming the same type of fluoride water and continuously, then it leads to skeletal fluorosis and also non-skeletal fluorosis. This is advanced stage, and it is very, very problem. Dental fluorosis, okay, you can manage. Dental fluorosis you can manage, but once it is skeletal fluorosis, so this is the symptoms of dental fluorosis. But once you have this skeletal fluorosis, this steps, so the entire nervous system is going to affect, and people cannot walk, cannot see, lift their head. So lifelong they have the problems like this, right? So therefore, since there is no remedy, but you have to be very careful, very, very careful. So like your blood group, I think everybody knows about your blood group, right? If somebody is not knowing, immediately take a test of it, and then I think every institution in the ID card, they are mentioning about the blood group of each student nowadays, because that is very important. So in emergency, so that information is very much required. Similarly, whatever the water you are drinking, you are supposed to know how much fluoride is there in that. Without knowing that factor, without knowing that information, people are suffering unnecessarily. So it is the responsibility of the government, local government. They have to do the regular test of fluoride and then provide the safe drinking water to each and every citizen of that country. So because as an individual level, we can't do that. Even though if you have more money, but you can't get the good water if there is no available resource. But you may be thinking that, sir, we are taking only from the can water and bottled water. But are you sure that that can water and bottled water containing the safe drinking water parameters? Have tested any time? Are they assured to you? Are they provided any data to you? Have any time asking that, demanding that I want the report? No, just simply we are believing. Remember, 99% the bottled water are, of course, unless the standard companies, of course, they take care. But can water, many people are taking only through can water. No, that can water definitely we are not sure that water is really safe or not unless you test. Of course, how this fluoride is entering into the groundwater through fluoride minerals, fluorite, cryolite. So all these are the minerals of the fluoride. Through that only it is going to enter. Nowadays, what is happening is we are not getting the water at higher level of. So people are going even 1,000, 2,000 feet down to get the water because of this apartment culture and the resources are, the groundwater level is decreasing. No, hence once we are going into deeper and deeper, there is every possibility of having more fluoride. Remember, surface water or rainwater doesn't contain much fluoride. It is almost below 1 ppm only. But groundwater usually contains more fluoride because of that minerals. So once you are taking the water from surface water, so that means you are taking water of within the permissible limit. But how to do that is experiment, because it is all our responsibility to understand how to estimate. So how do you know your water fluoride is how much? So there is you can have the two methods. One is spectrophotometric method, the other is ion selective electrode method. But the second is best method, because in the first method also there are some interference problems. Therefore, the second method one can suggest. Once you have this ion selective electrode instrument with you, you can do that. Or else you have to depend on the government, because in every district headquarter there is a public health department. They are supposed to have this facility, or else some universities or some good colleges. And of course, any state university, some good colleges may be having this facility. We have this facility. We have 3 to 4 instruments in our, because for our research purpose, chemistry, chemical engineering, biotechnology, because they always do this fluorosis, and also not only fluoride research, even other ions also. All cations and all anions can be estimated by this method, even for trace level also. So that way, this instrument will provide very good information, and for your, not only for your projects, for you are doing some research, for publishing the papers on the environmental aspects. So then how do you do defluoridation? So suppose if you have water containing, your resource contains more fluoride, but where do you go? You can't see, you cannot get the water every day. The source is 50 kilometers away. At 50 kilometers away, you have a good water. But is it possible to get from that much distance every day that safe water? No. So it should be available with you, and more particular in your house only. Your bore water or well water or your tap water must be good. So then how to plan? Then defluoridation. You have to remove the fluoride and send to the public. The government has to think of how defluoridation is taking place. There are several methods are there. One is adsorption process. By adsorption process also one can remove the fluoride, and by ion exchange process also one can remove the fluoride, and chemical precipitation method also available. All these are there, but various adsorbents are used. This is still several researches are going on. People are working on it, because what is the best method with even cost and no side effects, because side effects are very important, because this is drinking water. So presently they are using activated carbon, bone charcoal, activated alumina, magnesium oxide, so tamarind gel, tricalcium phosphate. Actually, I did one major project on the defluoridation using molluscan shells. I got a project from DST, where what we did is, so we brought molluscan shells from the lakes, and that shells are kept in the water. But with 2 to 8 days, once you keep it that, and then filter it and then test, that fluoride is removed by this. So that's how we published the papers also, we did the project. But unfortunately, we are not able to apply to the society, because these molluscan shells are removing the fluoride at acidic range, at the pH of 2 to 3. So acidic water is not correct, right? Acidic water is highly objectionable. So therefore we are not able to apply to the because drinking water must be neutral. The pH is 6.5 to 7.5. So once you are making acidic means it is again useless only. Why several people like Janavijnana Vedika, we say that you should not drink cool drinks because they are acidic. So cool drinks contains the H plus ions, so that their acidity is very high, and the pH is around 2 to 3 pp, 2 to 3, even 3.5 to the maximum. Sometimes even 2 also. So, that means once you are drinking the cool drink means you are drinking only acid. That is not good for your health. Please remember the student. So don't drink the cool drink because that will affect your body. You will get so many problems because of low pH. So the pH can be reduced like this by various adsorbents and other things. Chemical precipitation method. This is called Nalgonda technique. And of course, the first time when this problem came in Nalgonda city, actually, just like now we have a problem in Elur, and that time suddenly there are fluorosis patients are coming from only that district, and that time they do not know even this fluoride is causing that problem. Since the fluoride is causing that problem, in the absence of that literature or information, the scientist from NEERI, Nagpur. NEERI is National Environmental Engineering Research Institute. So they do the water pollution studies, and their main focus is on water research. That committee visited the Nalgonda and collected the water samples, and then they tested. They found that fluoride is very high in the water. So that way, this fluoride is causing the problem, and immediately means after some time only, because immediately will not get the solution. This COVID problem came almost 10 months back, right? It started almost from February onwards. Of course, India, we are affecting from March. But still there is no vaccine because research will take its own time. Research means several things you have to study. So not only its effect of medicine, its side effects also important. Side effects, that is, so sometimes we can produce it, but there are so many side effects that cannot be advisable, right? That cannot be taken into the system. So, and for different aged people, different types of dosages, and sometimes it works for certain age people, but not everybody. So all these are very, very important things. So similarly, the NEERI people also taken some time and found they have given a solution of some precipitation method. So adding this alum and lime. Alum is aluminum sulfate and lime is calcium hydroxide, and these will precipitate the fluoride so that you can reduce it to some extent of fluoride. Alum, and by adding alum and lime to the water, and so that will remove the fluoride. That is the method suggested by NEERI, and that technique name is called Nalgonda technique only. The name they have coined is only Nalgonda. They didn't say NEERI technique, even though this is given by NEERI people, but the technique name is Nalgonda only. That is there in our textbooks, and you are studying, I think. So Nalgonda technique, how to remove the fluoride. But that is temporarily that solution given, but after that what it is brought into the notice is this alum is adding this aluminum and sulfate to the water, because you are supposed to add exact quantity. If you are not able to add exact quantity, one problem, even though if you add exact quantity also, sulfate is added to that. So that is also not good. And also calcium, you are adding calcium hydroxide. No, calcium is also going to increase, and so that water becomes hard. So that way there are other problems, even though it is removing the fluoride. And another information is, if the fluoride water is very, very high, maybe 10 ppm, because some sources you can find 10 ppm, 20 ppm also. If that much is there, it is not possible to bring down to below 2 ppm or below 1.5 ppm with this method. So there are limitations in the Nalgonda technique. Hence, people are looking for the other alternatives. But many scientists are working throughout the country about the defluoridation techniques. So I said no, so you need spectrophotometer or ion selective electrometer for doing this type of research, for doing some project. At least spectrophotometer is minimum. We can take care of the interference problem. But if you have the second one, ion selective potentiometer, that is the best one. Okay, so these two are the important aspects of defluoridation studies and the fluoride effects, fluorosis, and also the environmental aspect is global warming. That is the greenhouse compounds, how to minimize. So far, I have taken only this much. Now, any doubts at this stage? Sir, are you receiving any questions from the students? Through chat box? Hello? Hello, any Dr. Vishnu?
Sir.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm watching on YouTube. It lag, delayed. Yes, sir. Tell me.
No, any questions from the now, or else I will move to some other topic then.
Students will ask it then, sir. Okay. Will,
Are there any questions already posed by in chat box? Then we'll answer it. Otherwise, I will. Okay.
Yeah. Questions are not there, sir.
Okay.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Yeah, this is Sunita, sir, English faculty. Your questions are not there right now in the comment section, sir.
Okay. Okay. Then we'll. Okay. Then I will continue, madam.
Next topic.
Yeah, you can continue, sir.
Yeah, please. Okay. Okay. So now actually we are talking about so many environmental issues, and all we are supposed to maintain this. So not only understanding the subject it's not for the sake of examination or it is for the sake of some getting marks, but it is our life. So this is our future, no? So see how we are suffering now. Even though it is we are not directly responsible for this COVID, we don't know that we is directly responsible. Of course, that will come later. But all we are suffering. So therefore, only as a student, as a graduate student of a certain level, engineering level, you have to understand that environment belongs to all of us. Environments, not only we and our surroundings. It's not that our house is safe, our we are clean and we have the good environment in our house. But what about your surroundings? How you are able to live in your colony, in your village? From which source you are getting water, and where you are dumping your waste, where they are going. So all these are very, very important. It is a collective responsibility, and everybody has to play some important role. Everybody has an important role. So you are not supposed to just like throw the waste. It is very difficult to segregate later. So from the beginning onwards, we have to take that type of how to dispose the waste. Disposal is very important. Then segregation, then comes the how to convert from this waste to useful materials or energy. Therefore, what I suggest to all the students is, you please maintain this. Have a good habits. What are the good habits? Good habits is, so you have to whatever you are using, in that you have to use judiciously. So current also, paper also, water also, money also, any material that you are using, please don't waste it. Even food, many times you take unnecessarily and you won't eat everything. Particularly what we observe in the hostels, many students, so they take what they say that it's not tasty, therefore I am not eating totally, and more than 50% it is going to waste. Is it correct? Definitely it's not correct. So wastage of money, wastage of water, water also you have to preserve. So that's what that goal is questioning the world leaders. You are not supposed to waste anything. You have to preserve it for future purpose. Future is yours. Future is yours. So if we are not able to maintain this environment properly, who is going to affect? We are going to affect. You are the next generation. You are going to live for a long period. All we are retiring. Our time is only another 20 years, but your time is another 80 years. So therefore only everybody has to play important role, and therefore you have to understand the values and ethics, and that you have to practice. So understanding the environment is one aspect, but living with environment and practicing the good habits is another. Okay, so how to maintain the environmental sustainability? You have to maintain. So continuously you have to maintain. But once you have that type of values in your mind, definitely you are going to practice it. So all you should remember, we have 4 orders. One is physical order, the another is pranic order, animal order, human order. We have only 4 orders in nature: physical order, pranic order, animal order, and human order. So physical order depends on constitution. For example, you take copper sulfate. Any solid materials comes under this physical order. Copper sulfate property depends upon its composition, its constitution. Alum, lime, its constitution. So physical order depends upon the constitution. Pranic order. How pranic order depends? Pranic order means it's plants. It is based on the seed. What seed you are using? Accordingly, you will get that pranic, that particular type of plant. All plants comes under this pranic order. All materials comes under physical order. So it is based on the constitution. And all plants comes under pranic order. It depends on seed. And all animals comes animal order. It depends on breed. But human order depends on what? Question mark, question mark, question mark. Physical order depending on the constitution of that material. Pranic order depends on the seed, and animal order depending on the breed, and human order depends on question. But what is the solution for that? It is education that will decide human order. See, why this environmental studies kept in your syllabus? Because you have to study that and understand, and so that you are taking care of society later on. There is a vision and there is a aim why that particular syllabus is kept in your curriculum. Why every paper that you are studying, that should be useful you and your family and then society. It's not just like that. So that means it is the education that will decide in the human order. You should have the good education. For that purpose only you are coming to the college. Education is the basis for human being conduct. So our conduct depends upon the what type of education we are getting. It's not for the getting rank and job. No, you should be a good citizen, and you have to helpful to the not only for your family members but also for the entire society. So that is depending upon your conduct. So that conduct will come only through education only. But are we providing right education to the students? That is again question mark. But who are responsible for that? Suppose we are not giving the good education to the student, who is going to affect? Not only that particular student, that particular family, but the entire society is going to affect. Because of that only we are seeing several bad things in our environment now, in our society now. Who are responsible? Yes, as a teacher, we take responsibility, because it is all our responsibility to guide the student properly, to educate them properly, to mold the student towards the nature. We have to develop their conduct. For their conduct, we are responsible. Not only teachers, and teachers are having major role, then comes parents and then government. These three, so government, parents, teachers together are responsible for what type of society we have at present. It's not the students alone, but students are ultimately affecting because not having the good education, good environment, and good guidance. Okay, so therefore, human being is coexistence of body, and what we are saying is, so this is the proposal. Proposal means if you agree, don't agree, doesn't matter, but you have to understand this. Human being is coexistence of body and self. All we have a body, but body requires physical facilities, but self requires happiness. We need money, right? What for the money? Why we are studying? To get the employment. Why do you need employment? To get money. Why do you money? Because to get the physical facilities. You want cell phone, you want car, you want house, you want more number of dresses. Every day you want to wear a new thing. And you want several things so that you are very comfortable. You think that you are very comfortable because you have money, you are purchasing. So therefore you need money. That money requires to create the physical facilities. To build up the physical facilities, you need definitely money, no doubt in it. But self requires money? No. Self requires only happiness. What is actually your aim of studying? Only to get money? Is it the only objective of your studies? Definitely not. Definitely not. You need happiness. You need happiness. But happiness is a momentary happiness or a continuous happiness or long-term happiness. A momentary, long-term or continuous. Which happiness is required? Continuous only. You want to be, so if you ask anybody, they say that I have to be happy always. Not one day, not 1 month, not 1 year. It is always. For that purpose only, you are thinking that you are coming to the college only for the education. But ultimately, this education is providing how to live, how to behave, and how to get the happiness. So this happiness is also continuous. Physical facilities are required money, but happiness never. Can you purchase happiness in the market? I want 1 kg happiness. Can you provide? No, you can't. You will not get that happiness through money. Happiness is required. Happiness is continuous. Happiness is required. But money. Do you think that every person who is having more money is happy in the world? Never. To create physical facilities, money is required. But how much money is required? How much money is required? That you have to decide. That you have to decide. So it varies from person to person. But you have to have some idea. To get a happiness, what is required? Does money will give happiness? See, since you have the several problems in the environment because of you are not able to get the water is very, you see the Elur problem, people having money also suffering now. Don't think that they are safe because they are also drinking same water. All rich people are happy that way? Never. So therefore, money alone is not important. Money alone, through education, you have to understand this. Continuous prosperous continuous happiness is required. That is the basic objective of any individual or any human being. Continuous happiness and continuous prosperous. For that you need some money to create physical facilities. But how many physical facilities are required for you? For that, how much money is required to you? That you have to be question, and that for that you have to get the answer. So whatever the money you are earning, that way are you happy? So when you are going to happy, so this is the way. The unhappiness in your family is due to lack of physical facilities or due to lack of fulfillment of relationship. You can question yourself. Suppose some problem in your house, some problem. That problem is not because of you are not having you are asking something where your father is not providing it. You want a good cell phone. but your father is not giving. That way you are not happy. Your unhappiness is due to because of that cell phone is not there, or the unhappiness is not having good relationship with your father. So many times you please understand that unhappiness in your family is more due to lack of physical facilities or more due to lack of fulfillment of relationship. The second only comes first. The unhappiness in our family is due to lack of fulfillment of relationship. Because sometimes even though we have enough physical facilities, still we have problems. We are not happy. Which one is more important in our life? Relationship is important or incident important? Suppose your father given a good cell phone to you because you got the admission in engineering. You are happy that day. But what happened is after few days you lost that. You lost that cell phone somewhere. Then what your father will say? So you unnecessarily purchased this. I am telling that you don't require that. But because of you are asking several times, I purchased it with spending more money, which is not my capacity. I have taken a loan and you lost it. Just by saying the father, and you are unhappy again. And you are always remembering that incident. You unnecessary and some other day something is happened where your father didn't say anything to your sister. You always quote that. Once I lost the phone, you quarreled with me and you scolded with me. But whereas you didn't say anything to our sister. And you always remembering that incident only. You don't understand that because I did a mistake, he said, okay, that is not important. Yeah, I have to behave properly. That is not important. My father is important because he is providing everything to me. That relationship I have to maintain. But many times what we will do? We will remember only the incident. Suppose you have some problem with your roommate, your classmate. So instead of forgetting about that incident and be happy with the relationship and maintaining the good relationship, what we do, we are gone. No, I have to take revenge with this fellow. This fellow insulted me. This fellow said something and I have to take revenge. Is it correct? That way, are you going to get the happiness that way? No, you never get happiness that way. Please remember that relationship is important. And how much time and effort you are spending for right understanding and right feelings, you have to question yourself. Are you really understanding your parents correctly? Are you understanding your teachers correctly? How much time and effort you are spent for that right understanding? Or how much time and effort you are spent for create physical facilities? It's not only for the students, it's everybody. Everybody question this. Remember, so since we are studying the environmental subject, so you have to understand that you have to fulfill harmony in all 4 levels always. Whatever the work you are doing every day, you have to question this. Is it harmony in self? Are you happy by doing this work? First thing. If you get yes answer, then go to second. Is it harmony in family? So by this work, our family is happy. If you get yes, then go to third one also. Harmony with society. By doing this type of work, the society is happy. If you get yes, then you go to the next 4th level, harmony with nature. So are you able to maintain the environment properly, nature, with this activity, with this work? If you are able to do that, then you do that work. Suppose you are happy, your family is happy, the other 2 are not happy, I don't care. Many things in our society, is going on only. All activities what we do is because of myself and my family. That's all. You are not bothered about the society. You are not bothered about the nature. Because of that only, all problems are there. The pollution is only because you are happy, your family is happy. That's all. All others are. You are thinking that others are suffering, but one day or other you are also going to suffer. Definitely. So through you are immediately, you may not be realizing that, But with a time you will realize, but by that time it is a loss is already there, it is irreparable. Therefore, if the order is like from bottom to top, what I suggest to you is, first you question that by this activity, by this work, the nature is happy. Are we harmony with nature? First you ask that question first. If nature is okay, then go for society, then go for family, then self. Self should come least, and nature come first, society come next, family come next. So if you come that order, definitely, and your education is fulfilled, and so you are getting the right education, and your conduct is good. Harmony in self, harmony in family, harmony with society, harmony with nature is very important, but the order must be from bottom to top. Bottom to top. So many things that are taking place in society because we are not nurturing the nature. We are destroying the nature for our own benefit, for ourselves and our family. That's all. Because of that only we have the problem. Basic human aspiration is to be happy and prosperous. That's what it is. It is. See, you ask anybody in the world, he says, I want to be happy always and prosperous. It is fixed. Therefore, it is universal human values. Universal human values. That value doesn't change from person to person, country to country. But unfortunately, there is a gap between what we really want and what we currently have. For that only you are coming for the education. The education only will help you. That gap will be closed only once you understand. Once you get the right education. Definitely. So you are at bottom, but you have to reach to the. You should have a goal to reach to that goal. But you should have a clarity about on goal, and so that there is a path between from present status to your goal, and if you have the clarity, you have a good path, and that path definitely will help you, but you have to work for it. Having a goal is not sufficient. I want to become a good engineer, good mechanical engineer, good civil engineer, good electrical engineer, but what after becoming that, what you will do? It's only for the sake of money? No, all we have agreed for that. Money alone is not important. So by becoming a good engineer, are you nurturing the nature? Are you harmony with the society? And harmony in family and yourself? That type of things you have to handle. So therefore, what we have at present currently, you have to understand your strength, your weakness. Then accordingly, you have to improve. Where you are lagging, are you good in mathematics, are you good in language, are you good in science, are you good in your core subjects? Suppose you are not, then there is a scope for improvement. The gap is missing. So what we have and what you want, that gap is only causing unhappiness. We are see, after results, everybody is unhappy because whatever you are expecting, you didn't get. You expected 90%, but you got only 70. You expected 70, but you got only 60. You are unhappy because there is a gap, what you expected and what you got it. But you don't blame yourself. You will blame the system. You will blame the teachers. You will blame the college. You will blame the friends. So first you have to question yourself. Why this? Because this gap is because you didn't work properly. You didn't work. To live in alignment with our natural acceptance is happiness. To live in contradiction causes unhappiness. You have to live alignment with our natural acceptance. What is natural acceptance? Natural acceptance is harmony in self, harmony in family, harmony in society, harmony in nature. Harmony with nature. Harmony with society. That causes happiness. If you go against that, then you will get unhappiness only. Naturally, you will get unhappiness. Okay. So now, what I suggest to you is, before closing and taking some doubts from you, with my experience working in NIT Warangal, I am seeing several type of students, but they are getting good placements. Majority students are getting good placements, and their earning is good, but they are not happy in their real life. because something is missing. So somehow they are not getting good. They are getting the education only for the through that they are getting placement, employment, but that alone is not sufficient to you. So you have to work more than that, and you have to understand that. You have to understand why with that money also you are not happy. Why still there is unhappy. So I will tell you the thermodynamics 3 principles which are applicable to our life. Particularly, this is required to the students. Many students at the just you are entering into the system of BTech. Please remember, we have 3 laws of thermodynamics, but these laws, to understanding the thermodynamics 3 laws, not only for the sake of the marks and knowledge, but which are applicable to our society also, our life also. Right? So the first law of thermodynamics, what it is telling to us is, you never get something for nothing. You never get something for nothing. That is first law of thermodynamics telling to us. Please understand that you never get something without doing any work. You will not get anything. So far, you have studied 10th class, intermediate and written examination and got good marks, and you got the admission now. It is just because of your hard work only. You only responsible for your destiny. Nobody will decide of your destiny. Your destiny is in your hand. Your destiny is in your hand only. How you are going to take it forward is yours. So that means you are getting something, you are expecting something to get is only because of some hard work. Because of that hard work only will fetch you, because of that only you will get it. Therefore, what first law of thermodynamics is teaching to us and helping us is, if you want anything, you have to work. Otherwise, don't work. If you don't have any goal, you don't work. But is it that way you are coming to the college? No. You have a goal, you have a purpose. To achieve that, you have to work hard. That's what first law is telling. You have to do hard work. Then only you are able to get it. Otherwise, you will not get it. That's what the first law of thermodynamics is telling to you. Then what is second law of thermodynamics is telling to you? The second law of thermodynamics says, you always get less than what you pay for it. Whatever you are getting is less than expected. That means, so you expected 80% marks, but you got 70 only. You got 100% expected 100% marks, you got 90 only. Why? Because second law thermodynamics doesn't permit. You will get less only always. But many times without realizing that, you are always unhappy after the announcement of the results. I got less marks, I got less marks, I did more hard work. My friends got more marks. I studied more hours. But you have to realize yourself, studying the more number of hours is not directly proportional to the marks. So marks are something, what way you have understood and how you are writing the examination, how you present it to the teacher is important. So your hard work cannot be directly converted into marks totally, because second law thermodynamics doesn't permit to you. There is always law. You will lose something in converting this to that. That you have to understand, because what second law says, you will always get less than what you pay for it. You always get less. That's what you have to understand. So therefore, to achieve anything, whatever as for your goal, as for that requirement, you have to do more hard work than required. That's what generally we do. We do hard work only as for the requirement. No, that is not sufficient. That will not give good results to you. But when do you get that? If you do more hard work than required. More hard work than required. First law says you have to do hard work, and second law says more hard work than required, and third law says this. Third law applicable to our life is perfection is unattainable. What does it mean? Perfection is unattainable. That means we are not perfect. We never reach to the perfection. We never reach to the 100% level. No, for that matter, no material in the world is 100% pure. No material. You can't make 100% pure oil. You can't make 100% pure anything, soap or anything, whatever you are taking, whatever the material that contains definitely some impurities. Even though I am teaching the same chemistry since 30 years, but still there is a scope for me to improve. I have not reached to the 100% level. It may be only 99, but still there is a scope for improvement. So that way, even if you purchase any material in the market, even including gold we say that 100% pure, but you never get 100% pure gold. It is impossible to make it. How do you get it? It is impossible to make 100% pure materials as per the third law of thermodynamics. That's what thermodynamics is teaching to us. That only you have to understand, no? But we forget about that. So somebody says that in our shop everything is 100% pure, we believe. Since manufacturing is not possible, how you supply to us? But you have to select the material where at least it is having 99.9% purity, because 100% you never get it. So therefore, please understand, so getting BTech degree is not sufficient. Once you get the BTech degree, you have to enter into the system. You have to enter into the system. There also you have to do hard work only, because you are supposed to see, just you will not give money just like that. Or your teachers are not doing any hard work. You ask them, they are doing more hard work than you. We are also doing it, because lifelong we are students only. We have to learn every day, every minute, from every teacher, every student. So therefore, what I suggest to you is, so lifelong we have to do hard work till our last breath. First law says you do hard work. Second law says you have to do more hard work than required. And third law says you have to continuously do hard work. There is no end. There is no full stop. So you have to believe this. So you have to apply yourself. So you will get the good degree, and that degree is not only useful to you and your family, it has to be helpful to the society. It has to be helpful to the nature. You have to nurture the nature. You have to nurture the and friendly with society. And see, there are only two types of peoples in the world. You please decide yourself in which category you are. One are successful person, the other one useful person. Two types of persons, successful and useful. Who is successful person? The successful person is the one who takes more from society and gives less to the society. He is a successful only. So his name is there always, he gets awards, everything. But he has taken more from the society and given less to the society. But other type of persons are, they are useful persons. They take less from the society and gives more to the society. They take less from the society and gives more society. You want to become a successful person or a useful person, you have to decide yourself through this education, and you have to maintain harmony, maintaining harmony in all four levels. And also, I wish all you should become useful citizens. All you should become useful citizens and serving to this, not only this state, and serving to the entire country or entire globe, so that then only there is a whatever the purpose you have, that continuous happiness, continuous prosperous is fulfilled only that way. Okay, I wish you all the best. I hope you are going to practice it now onwards. So whatever you are listening to me and to other lectures during this induction program, and you have to maintain and practice it. And thank you very much. If any questions, I am ready to take it now.
Thank you, sir. It is really an enlightened session. Students,
Yeah.
now the session is open for question and answers. You can unmute and ask. Those who wish to ask a question, unmute your mic and speak.
We have 10 minutes time so that we can have some discussion.
Sir, stop presenting, sir, so that the screen will get a full screen here.
Okay.
Click on the blue button, sir, stop presenting button, sir. You'll get full screen here.
It's there now, full screen now. Full screen is there.
Okay, now I invite Mrs. Sunita, Assistant Professor of English, to propose vote of thanks.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Am I audible?
Audible, ma'am, your video is off, it seems.
Yeah, no, sir, it's on. Am I audible?
Yeah,
Ma'am?
audible, ma'am. Go
You
ahead.
are audible. You are very much audible.
Yeah. What about the video, sir? Vishnu, sir?
Video is not there, ma'am. It's a black screen.
Okay.
Go ahead, ma'am. Go ahead.
Go ahead. Okay. Good afternoon, sir. Lakshmi Reddy, sir. Good afternoon. Very good afternoon. And good afternoon, everyone. This is Sunita, Assistant Professor of English from Department of Sciences and Humanities. Sir, it's my honor to propose vote of thanks today. At the foremost, I express my gratitude to Professor Lakshmi Reddy, sir, for accepting our invitation to be a part of the induction program. Sir, Matrushri really relishes its association with you for the second time. We have invited you for the second time. You have been so inspiring and motivating in the last session also. Last session you have addressed our second year students, sir. Now it is our first year students, new admissions into college. Sir, thank you so much. Your valuable presentation has made our students realize their responsibility towards the environment, sir, and also different societal issues. You have rightly said that this is the transition period for the students, and they are struggling a lot to transform themselves. And your insights into different environmental issues and challenges has educated them on different aspects related to environment, which they are totally unaware of. And I myself was so inspired by the last part of your session, sir. You have really taken the responsibility of instilling even universal human values among our students, sir. And the examples, ample number of examples and the live examples which we have taken are really inspiring. And I assure on behalf of my students that they are surely going to implement what all you have spoken, sir. Thank you so much, sir, for your valuable time and presentation. I thank the management and the principal for being very supportive in conducting the induction program, and my special thanks to the HOD of Sciences and Humanities, Dr. Shekharam, sir, who also strongly believes in the quotation what you have said, that this is the transition period for the students, and sir has innovatively designed all the programs which will help in the transformation of the students. Thank you, Shekharam, sir, and my special thanks to the induction committee also, because they are the people who have put the things into actions. And I thank Vishnu sir also for being very supportive and being very patiently handling this program, sir. And at the end, sir, on behalf of the students, I assure you that surely they are going to follow what all you said, might be related to environment, might be related to the values you have imbibed in them. Surely they are going to get benefited and follow your words, sir. Extremely delighted by your presentation, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you, sir, once again. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you, madam.
Thank you, sir. I'll call you back, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Yeah, students, now everyone leave the Meet, Google Meet. All the students leave the Meet.